All right, it's that time again, ladies and gentlemen. Time for the end of day report with yours truly, Dex the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live from PulseWaveTrading.com, home of the world famous PulseWave Price Trigger reports. And you know you can't live without them. That's why we put them right in your hand each and every trading day, Sunday through Friday. All right, so what a la. This is the first day back. It's going to be a very short trading week because of the Monday holiday. Hard to believe that it is already Tuesday. We started off on a Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday already. So basically, we've been going there. We've been going in. We've been looking at things. We've been seeing what these markets do, trying to see what we're going to, pimp the next entry, exit, all that good stuff. So now this is the time, during the morning session, we talk about the economy, we talk about the the everything. We go in, we talk about what's going on in the world of finance, in the world of economy. We just do a lot. We do a lot. And then in the evenings, that's when we get down and dirty and we take a look at the charts. We want to see what thus saith the charts. So that's what we do, man. And that's what we're about to do now. With no further ado, we're gonna go up in there. We're gonna look at some forex. We're gonna look at some futures. We're gonna look at some equities. We're gonna look at some crypto. We're gonna do it all. We're gonna find out what's what. All right. So let's open up these charts. Give me just a second. I know some people are probably still playing hooky. They still on vacation, enjoying it. So let's see here. Let me set this up for you. Charts. All right, here we go. And open sesame, just like that. All right, let me share my screen with you. Excuse me. This is it should also be noted that during these evening end of day reports, we do about 30 plus charts, man. So we really go in. We don't just do one or two charts and then go home. We go in. We get it in. We get it done. And one of the reasons why we do that is because, hey, people got money on the line, right? You got real money on the line. Ain't nobody playing around. So we got to know what it is and see what it do. All right. So without further ado, here we go. I finally got my charts up and running. So let's go up in there. Excuse me. Woo. Oh, by the way, we have a new surprise for you. If you go to PulseWaveTrading.com, we got a new offerings, the partnership program. For those of you out there that's been waiting to take the Nestea plunge, you haven't really taken the plunge yet. Money may be a little tight, but if you have any type of risk capital whatsoever, we got something for you to help you and your family out during these rough times that we are seeing ourselves in during this incredible government driven depression. All right, we have a way out for you. We have a way so that those of you who are getting the stimulus checks and don't know really what to do with it, I got you. If you want to flip that stimulus check, let me show you how to do that. Go over to PulseWaveTrading.com and we'll show you what's up. All right. So first and foremost, let's take a look at our first chart, which is Ripple. Looking at XRP. As you can see, it's still tripping. It don't know what it want to do. It's struggling. There's not a lot going on there whatsoever. It is in the Kumo cloud of death. It is just moving sideways. Nothing's happening. It doesn't know what it wants to do. It hasn't even committed to even getting out of bed in the morning. So this thing is still sideways, and nothing to see here. Just what it is. Nothing to see here. All right, looking at ticker W for Wayfair. That's right, looking at Wayfair. The ticker is W. Well, we've come to a situation now where we have a crash alert for tomorrow's trading. All right, so we had here rally alert, right? So then we had 1, 2, it only went 3 days. And when we got to the 4th day, now we got a crash alert. The market was not able to be productive and get a technical bounce from this pullback. So now we're looking at a new leg down, and this one could put us down here to the trend line support around the 125 level. All right, that's what we're looking at right now. All right, so crash alert for Wayfair tomorrow. Taking a look at the bond market, TLT, where the government has been in here propping this thing up and keeping it from precipitous drops like you saw back here. All right, so right now, this one is still consolidated sideways, doesn't know what to do. It's falling outside of the Kumo cloud, resting on the trend line support. And as far as I'm concerned, it's looking like it may fall down, so we shall see. Keep an eye on that. All right, let's see here. All right, this here is the Swan. Starting to move up, but then gave up the ghost. So we'll see if any selling pressure is about to kick in. But this is what it's looking like. It's just consolidated, but it's trying to stay above the $29.50 trend line support. We'll see how long it can do that. Looking at the SP 500, the SPY, you see it popped up today. And it's still, you know, it was consolidating for a long time. And right now, it's just now trying to break out of that. So it's trying to break out of that consolidation. If you flip the script to the weekly, you see it's just now popping out of the top of the Kumo cloud here. We've been in the cloud now for a minute. And right now on the weekly, it's just now popping out. Technically speaking, on the weekly chart, we're not trending. We're still consolidated. All right. Everyone thinks, oh, this is so spiritual, but really, is it really so spiritual when you're right here? All right. So just something to think about on the S&P 500. Taking a look here now at the silver, SLV. SLV is bullish. We had a crash alert a couple of trading days ago. Haven't really gotten any production on that. And right now the market is starting to consolidate yet again up here. All right, I thought we'll be backing and filling these gaps, but I think the next stop is right here to fill this gap right here. We shall see. Taking a look now at the QQQ, the NASDAQ 100. As you can see, this one here on the daily chart is in a bullish pattern. It finally broke out of the longer term consolidation. Had a crash alert a few days ago. Didn't get any production. Market did a about face, but then here we are coming back down here yet again. So we still have a few more bars before, or until we get another signal, until this crash alert is canceled. Right now, this crash alert still is in play, according to the chart here. Now, if we switch it over to a weekly time frame, what do we have on the weekly time frame? Looks like the makings of a crash alert to me. The last crash alert was productive. We got all of this. Is this a double top in the NASDAQ 100 on the QQQ? Oh, how they said, Lordy, Lordy, this is not looking too bullish right now. I wouldn't be too bullish at this point, looking at this from the weekly chart perspective. All right, looking from the perspective of the weekly chart, the perspective, I have to say, this is looking quite interesting. All right, look at the perspective of the weekly chart. It is looking like we could have trouble. All right, looking at the OIH, this thing is just going absolutely nowhere. Let's flip the script and look at the weekly chart. Is there something you can show me? No, it's more the same. We got gappage. All right, this right here. Market is looking like it's trying to back and fill this gap. But according to the weekly chart, the market is still mad bearish, nothing bullish to see. These last rally alerts have not been productive, not really. The original rally alert back here was productive, but we haven't been getting any production since. So this chart is still jacked up. Nothing to see here. That was the OIH ticker. Taking a look here at the Mexican peso, we have dropped below the Kumo cloud, you guys. I do believe I warned you about that. I told you that I was concerned, all right, that this thing was going to drop. And yes, indeed, we are dropping. The market is falling. If we flip it over to the weekly chart, we get this. That looks scary. It looks like the trend line support down here around the 21 level is in play. On the weekly chart, the 21 level appears to be in play on the Mexican peso. I don't like being the bearer of bad news. I'm so sorry. All right, Litecoin. Litecoin is doing nothing, going absolutely nowhere, looking whack, whizzack, and my weekly chart is not helping. So we're not going to go there. We're gonna have to get out of this. When it comes to the cryptos, using the weekly charts just doesn't work. These are algo charts. They're not like other charts, so it is what it is. Litecoin, nothing to see here. Nothing going on. Absolutely nothing. All right, looking at the junk bond. Well, what do we have here? We have a rally alert for tomorrow in the junk bond, ticker J and K. Flipping the script over to the weekly, we got this. So it looks like the market is headed toward the bottom of the Kumo cloud, somewhere between the 103 and 104 handle. For those that like to trade the J and K, that is your target on this one. All right, looking at the IYR, we're in the Kumo cloud of death. So sideways movement, nothing to see here. Flip it over to the weekly chart, and we get the bottom of the Kumo cloud seems to be the target for any upward thrust, and that is going to put you around the $80-ish level. On the weekly chart, we're coming off of a rally alert, and so far the market is gapping up and doing just that. All right, flipping over now to, let's see, taking a look at the hedge, HDGE, and we have gapped down. And that's just probably based on the holiday stuff. Flip it over to the weekly chart. Wow, looks worse. Okay, weekly looks worse than the daily. All right, so it's threatening to drop below this $5 mark. Ugh, that would be devastating. Absolutely devastation. Looking at HACK, H-A-C-K, market is trying to break out of the consolidation phase, flipping the script over to the weekly, and we're still bullish, which is a good thing, but could you make an argument that we're looking like we could double top, or is something else going on here? It seems like every time we're in a false flag or some type of government operation, this thing is long in the tooth. Yeah, man. Just saying. Hack is threatening to get back up toward that 45 handle. Taking a look here at GLD, looking at gold. Gold is pulling back. Trend line support is in play. We're in a bull market on the daily chart, flipping it over to the weekly chart. And we got production from the crash alert. Wow. Wow. All right. Hey, it is what it is, ladies and gents. All right. Moving right along. Okay, so we got, what do we got? All right, so looking at the G, D, X, and the J, if you take a look here, we are pulling back, coming off of the production from the prior crash alert, flipping it over to the weekly chart, and what do we got? We got a crash alert that is underway in GDXJ. Trend line support around 38 seems to be in play on the GDXJ. Ouch. All right, looking at GBTC, looking at the Bitcoin ETF, kind of consolidating down here around the trend line support around the $9.50 mark. But if you flip it over to the weekly says you're still consolidating too, and nothing to see here, just chilling, threatening to play around the $9.50 handle, and that's all you got. All right, looking at the Grayscale ETF for the Ethereum, the ETHE is the ticker. Consolidating in the Kumo cloud, nothing to see here either. All right, moving right along, looking at Ethereum, looking at the cash market here. All right, we're consolidating outside of the Kumo cloud, so that's what we got going on here. And that's about it. Just a lot of consolidating here in the altcoins as of late. Taking a look now at DNN, still moving sideways, nothing to see here, no trend. Flipping it over to the weekly chart, same thing. Just nothing going on here whatsoever right now. Having problems with the trend line resistance. Like I said, 40 cents is really a problem. And if you can forget about 50 cents, because that'll put you inside of the Kumo cloud. Nothing to see here either. All right, flipping over to CCJ. CCJ on the daily chart. Again, trying to break out of the prior consolidation range, but still consolidating nevertheless. Flipping over to the weekly chart, and what do we get? All right, same thing. You're in the Kumo cloud on both daily and weekly charts on CCJ. Absolutely nothing to see here at this time. All right, moving over now to Beyond Meat on the daily chart. You had this crash alert from a couple days ago. Now we're starting to get production. All right, a $1.30 seems to be current support. If that does not hold, then the next support in play is the trend line support down here between 110 and 105. All right, so very interesting right now. Flip it over to your weekly chart. All right, not enough data. So this one is looking like we could get a correction next week. So we'll see. We'll check again on Thursday night and see what's going on. All right, here's the Bitcoin Futures Composite Index. We are pulling back toward the 8,500 trend line support. That's one of the things I was concerned about. I told you that last week, that's what that was looking like. If you flip this over on the weekly chart, all right, same thing, getting data issues. The trend line support is in play. This extends your support base from 8,500 down to 8,000. So that's kind of where you're consolidating. See this little double top up here? So this is really threatening to really correct hard. All right. I mean, all things being equal, the way it's looking, if this support doesn't hold, this thing could correct hard and really crack and really go really low. I don't even want to tell you where I think it could go. Okay, fine. It could drop below 3,000. I know. I'm just looking at the algo charts. I'm just saying that's a long-term thing. I hope it don't happen. Don't shoot me. Just looking at charts here. All right, US dollar index pulled way back, testing the support now of the Kumo cloud. Taking a look at the weekly chart, and it's saying we're still in a bull market. We still got the complexion of a bull market. This trend line support is down here, but it's still here. Just a major consolidation. I don't know if we're going anywhere anytime soon in the US dollar. Dow futures, all right. So we're above the trend line support on the Dow futures, but technically speaking, we're still consolidated, trying to break out of this consolidated range. But if you flip it over to the weekly chart, you're inside the Kumo cloud, and that's all. Secondary rally alert is what we're getting, production, but we're respecting the trend line, which is right overhead. The trend line support at 25,000, and that's kind of where we paused at. One could make an argument that if we can't get out of that resistance, even if we do, the top of the Kumo cloud is next around 26.5. So around 26,500 is where the market will probably fail, somewhere near it, before rolling over. Or we could roll over right now, to be quite honest with you. We are in the Kumo cloud, the killer Kumo cloud of consolidation and confusion. So anything goes. Taking a look here at the Russell, which I made my hustle. Excuse me. So the market broke out of its weekly consolidation. Flipping over to the weekly chart, though, and we look like we're bumping our heads at the bottom of the Kumo cloud and looking like the market could be ready to roll over. Hard body karate. Like, for real, for real. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but wow. Can't ignore what you're looking at on the algo chart. Looking at the crude oil futures, all right, consolidation's been something else. It's outside of the Kumo cloud now, but not over the cloud. That's the daily chart. Flipping it to the weekly chart, and we haven't even filled the gap back here yet. So all this nice little bounce is nice, but is it real? I don't know. Is it real? Oh my God, is it real? Oh my God, that's too old for y'all. You don't know nothing about that. Excuse me, Dougie Fresh. Yes, y'all don't know nothing about that. Too young. Anyway, this right here, if we do giddy up from here, if we fill this gap and keep running, then the trend line resistance at $44.79 is the initial target. If it keeps on going, then the bottom of the Kumo cloud is your secondary target. And right now that's looking at $54.48. All right. So still has a long ways to go yet. And you know how it is. It's a political market. It's a gangster market. It can do whatever it wants. I don't trust it. Taking a look here at the NASDAQ 100. Got a crash alert for tomorrow, for tonight into tomorrow's trading. Initial target is the trend line support between 89 and 8,800. Flipping to the weekly. Excuse me. It's looking like we're going to have a crash alert for next week as well, shaping up. Trend line support down here between about 8,500-ish is the initial target on the weekly. So I don't know, folks. Could be getting a double top in your NASDAQ. Same thing as we saw in the QQQ, which takes its Q, pun intended, from the NASDAQ 100 futures. Here's the E-mini S&P 500, which has been caught in consolidation as well, trying to break out. Here's the weekly chart. I don't know. I'm calling a possible false breakout. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I can only trade what I see, right? Flipping it over. That's all we got. All right. So PKG. What's PKG? UPWK. If those are cryptos, I can't do nothing for you on that. I can only pull up the cryptos that's on the report. But if those are equity symbols, let's see, PKG, Packaging Corporation of America. All right, let's check you out. Packaging Corporation of America. All right, so on the daily chart, this one has a secondary rally alert for tomorrow's trading on Packaging Corp of America. All right, that is your equities. Ticker is PKG. This one's trying to break out, so we'll see how much further it wants to run. Flipping it over on the weekly chart, and it says we're in the Kumo cloud. It just closed right above the trend line resistance. So perhaps the trend line resistance is now trend line support, and it's going to give you the support you need to try to run and test the top of the Kumo cloud, which is around $105-ish. So yeah, you could have a possibility of about $6 or $7 more that this can run. But just remember, you're in the Kumo cloud, so nothing you see here is etched in stone on PKG. All right, what's the other one you had? Let's see. That is UPWK. UPWK. Upwork. All right. So Upwork on the daily chart is looking like this. We're coming off of a rally alert. We're starting to get a little production today. We got a little bit of production. And it has been consolidated. It has back and filled this gap right here. Technically speaking, that's enough energy now to stage a relocking into the bullish commitment. But right now you're in a corrective state. So let's take a look at the weekly. All right, this must be a new security. I don't have a lot of data on here. According to this, we're coming off of that crash alert. And now we got a rally alert for tomorrow. So that means that this bar right here is the trading range we're going to stay in for the foreseeable future. Top side, $14.20. Support, $11.40. So, and that's right here at the trend line support too. So very interesting chart. If you look at the weekly, technically speaking, you're consolidated on both daily and weekly time zones on this one. All right. All right, ladies and gents, that's all we got, man. Thanks for hanging in with me. Of course, you know, like I said, we do 30 plus charts every evening here. That's what we do. So we've knocked it out. The time has come. I know it goes by really fast. But it's all good. It's all done. It's all love. That's what we do here, man. We give it to you like it is. We give it to you straight. We don't play around. We don't play no games with it. So with that being said, man, I'll see you guys back here tomorrow morning for the pre-market pulse scan. And the rest of you I'll see in the trading room. And don't forget the new offer that we have at PulseWaveTrading.com. You can get started trading with us, ladies and gentlemen, for only $9. That's right, $9 gets you in there. So you can start breaking bread with us and making some money. All right. You say you didn't see the charts for the Australian dollar or the Canadian dollar in the forex. They should have been in there. No, seriously. Let me double check. Let me just make sure. Got to make sure all that's in there because normally we do it all. We do the forex pairs, we do the futures, we do the crypto pairs, and then we do the equities. And we'll have it all mixed in. We don't really do it in an order. We just however it comes up as I'm going through the chart. So this, let me double check just to make sure that everything is still copacetic with that. Just give me a moment. We just look at it, pull it back up, because I don't know why. If it didn't come up, I don't know why. I don't really be paying attention as I'm doing it. I'm just going through all the charts. Let's see here. Just give me another moment. We're going to get it done. We're going to get it in for you. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I appreciate it. No, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, Kyle, read the small print though, man. Read the small print. Check it out, man. Check it out. You already good though. You already in there, man. You ain't got to worry about it. This is for new folks that need to dip their toe in. All right, so here we go. Chart thing is loading up right now. Wow. Yo, thanks for bringing this to my attention, dude. It does look like something fell off on here. I'm going to have to go back in and redo this. Thank you very much for bringing that to my attention, dude. All right, let me take care of you real quick with the forex. Give me just a second. I got your back. I got your back. From time to time, these things happen, and I just have to put them back in there. So thanks. All right, and because of that, I got you. We're going to pull it up. Yeah, I do them every week. Just so you know, the end of the reports, man, is designed to hit everything. To hit forex, crypto, equities, and futures, no problem. So if I miss something, thanks. I need you guys to let me know when things aren't on and popping like they should be. Because then all I gotta do is push a button and we make it happen. All right, so let's get into it. All right, here is the New Zealand dollar, the Kiwi, breaking out of its consolidation and trying to get bullish on you on the daily. This is what the Kiwi is doing. To flip it over to the weekly chart, however, all we're doing is racing toward the upper trend line resistance, which is also not too far away from the bottom of the Kumo cloud. All right, so that's where we are on that one. We do not have any new alerts. What we are is we're under the secondary rally alert right now. That's why this is breaking out. This was the first rally alert here, secondary rally alert here. We got one, two, got 3 bars in. On the 4th bar, we rallied. Remember, these alerts do tend to lead the markets 3 to 5 bars out, 3 to 5 days out. So that's what happened here. That's why your New Zealand dollar is rallying. So if you're long the New Zealand dollar, you probably need to start popping your way through this one, okay? Because you got significant profit. Taking a look at the dollar yen here on the daily, you're just still consolidating within the killer Kumo cloud of consolidation and confusion, and you're just playing around. You're play pimping right now with the trend line going between trend line support, trend line resistance. Flipping the script here on the weekly, there's no new signal either. What actually happened was a few weeks ago, we got a rally alert. We got production from the following week. Then now we're reversing that out. So you're still within the legal time frame of the last rally alert. The overhead trend line resistance at 108.48 is your initial target, basing it off of the weekly time frame. Taking a look now at the pound sterling, looking at that British pound. All right, so for tonight into tomorrow's trading, we have a secondary rally alert. The first rally alert was back here. This was the primary one. We got production, then we got a pullback. Now we're getting a secondary primary rally alert. Overhead trend line resistance, we're right there around that 124 mark. So I think it may have some problems with that. So we'll see, but we do have a rally alert going into tonight into tomorrow's trading. If you're already long in this, you may want to go ahead and start popping your way through it. All right, taking a look now at the euro yen. Euro yen has finally reached back inside of the Kumo cloud, the killer Kumo cloud of consolidation and confusion. If you flip it over here to the weekly time frame, you see that you're coming off of a rally alert from 2 weeks ago. We got production. Now the market's looking like it's kind of back and fill. Maybe make another run at the overhead 120 trend line resistance. So 120 is going to be the initial target based off of the weekly chart if the market can muster up a little bit more energy and extend the rally. All right, taking a look now at the Canadian dollar. Canadian dollar. We got a crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. If you are already short this market and you are in profit, you're going to want to start popping your way through this one, okay? Flipping over to the weekly chart, we are within that crash alert. Finally got that production. It took 1, 2, 3. It only took 4 bars to get it, but we finally got that crash alert. So right now, the system is still on the short side, looking for this trend line support down here's initial target around the 135-ish level. So we'll see what happens on that one. And we flip it back over to the daily. You can see it's starting to come down. All right, so that's your Canadian dollar. Looking at the Aussie, Australian dollar, finally popping out of this one here, of this consolidation, extending it now, extending that range. All right, so you can make an argument that it's pretty much stalled out because we're right here at the overhead resistance trend line, and we pretty much are right there stalling out, having some problems getting above it. If it can get above it, then the next target will be the bottom of the Kumo cloud, somewhere around the 68-ish handle. All right, but this is again coming off of that weekly chart, flipping it back over to the daily chart, and you got breakout here. So if you are already long and in a substantial profit in this one from Sunday night or what have you, or from yesterday, go ahead and pop your way through this one as well. Yeah, man. So that's what we got, man. That's what we got. I think we got one more. Let's see here. Yep, the euro. All right, here's the euro dollar. So the euro dollar is already hitting resistance inside of the Kumo cloud. Is it going to bucket and try to break out through the Kumo cloud, or are we going to roll over? Let's check and see what that weekly got to say about it. Weekly is even more consolidated below the Kumo cloud. So this one is just in a massive consolidation phase and looking like it is going absolutely nowhere. All right. So that's it, my man. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. I will work on that for tomorrow. Make sure that all that, everything that's supposed to be in there is in there and that we don't have any more issues. All right. So I got you on that. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. All right. With that being said, you guys know what it is. PulseWaveTrading.com. Come over here and come get some of this money. Stop playing around. You know what it is. And remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And I'm out. Peace.